Coming to you live, the One More and I'm Out of Here studios. We are here with another episode of One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. We are missing one, but we gained one. We're really not missing. We have with us in studio none other than Jill Billy 007.
Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday.
And via remote location, undisclosed, Big John Slade.
Big Johnny Slade.
As he's going by. And I'm Jason Kiefer. Here we are on a Saturday.
Happy Saturday. You guys are probably pretty happy after the Bengals demonstration or victory on Thursday night.
That's the best way to go into the weekend with a Bengals win.
You know what?
It's pretty dicey now.
I cannot tell you how many times I've said that. I cannot even begin to tell you. That's tattooed on the inside of my thigh.
I was cautiously optimistic and told Jill, because Friday was my first day back after my eye issue, and I was like, if they're getting blown out at halftime, I'm going to bed. And I stayed up and paid the man yesterday.
Oh, I thought we had no chance. I thought we had maybe a 10% chance to win, but I was hopeful. And then it was a nail biter till the very end, and I didn't breathe a sigh of relief until that clock struck 0.
Cool. Well,
they call them the cardiac cats for a reason, I guess.
I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the victory. I will tell you that I was a bit occupado, but I did see the game, so I was like, okay, that's cool. So I was happy for you. How's that? Does that work?
Yeah, that works. That's probably one of the nicest things you've ever said to me. Ever.
Oh, yeah. Just nice is flowing from my veins today. I'm just Mr. Nice.
Dano is not here. Dano is apparently building a deck that is
hanging a door, building a deck,
giving him more complications. He said in the text message, as everything he was finding, it was being more complicated. So he was unable to attend. But our buddy Andrew is here, and to not go into too much detail, but everybody throw some prayers Andrew's way and his family's way, and we will go on from there.
That's kind. That's kind of you. I appreciate that. I'm over here as I'm talking to you. I'm going to be distracted because I am, and we'll be talking about this on the show today. My feed, I don't know how your guys' social media feed has been, but it has been just deluged with this. First of all, for the past 4 days, I've been getting nothing but every media outlet is having every type of orgasmic dream over the fact that this Saturday is going to be No King's Day and promoting it. You know, I'm like, well, I can't remember. Maybe you guys could correct me, but I can't remember other events being so promoted by the news with free press, how they're going to have a rally this weekend to protest the fact that you lost the fucking election last time. So I'm puzzled as to, now we're sitting here. They're covering now as we're talking, and they're showing, oh, look, all these people from the No King's Day. It's the No King's Day. Look at all the people that showed up just sporadically at the No King's Day, promoted and paid for by George Soros, promoted by every left-wing fleabag media outlet in this country for free press. And now, look, people showed up. How did they show up so organically? How did these people even begin to know we were having a No Kings rally, even though we've been fucking shoving it up your ass for the last fucking week? And now here we are. Oh, No King's Day. Okay. I'm sorry. Can you guys correct me if I'm wrong? Who was the last president before Donald J. Trump?
That would be Joseph Robinette Biden.
Robinette, but
Robinette?
Auto pen.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I call
Joseph
Auto pen.
Biden.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not smart, but that election, if I remember, I think that election was pretty close. I mean, it was a fairly close election, right? Was it not? It was.
As I recall.
Do you remember? And if I hope that 513 is up here, because I might fly back there and just beat his ass if I hear January 6th, January 6th, January 6th. I mean, okay. even if I'll give you the premise that January 6th was a one fucking day event for about 3 or 4 hours, how many fucking No Kings protests are we going to have before I finally say, could you people just get a goddamn life and get back to work and accept the fact that you lost the fucking election?
Yeah.
Do you have nothing better to do with your fucking miserable, vapid lives?
Sadly, they don't.
Ladies,
They
have
have
the
nothing
batteries run dead on every sex toy in your house that you have nothing better to do, that you have to go out on the streets and protest for no fucking kings?
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm
correct me if
fucking
I'm
tired
wrong.
of it.
Haven't we all been celebrating No King's Day pretty much every day since July 4th, 1776? I thought that
You
was
know,
kind of the whole
that was kind of the point.
premise. That was kind
I'm-
of the point of our whole country.
I'm going to say something that might seem controversial.
No.
Yeah.
Say it ain't.
I'm really getting to the point, and I want to know how widely this is shared. I'm getting to the point where I don't know if I really want to be in the same country with these people, because it seems like, and maybe it's just me, but it seems like the new modus operandi of the liberal Democrat Party in America is, if you don't get your way, throw your shit on the floor and throw a fucking tantrum, and eventually you'll get your fucking way.
Yeah.
No matter if it's immigration, no matter if it's welfare, no matter if it's healthcare, no matter if it's fuck care. I mean, it doesn't seem to matter. They are just going to throw a shit fit every goddamn time. And I just do not understand how there you are, No Queen's Day. That's awesome. How in the world do we have a union? The whole premise of the United States, the whole deal, yes, you have the right to protest, but when did these endless, and I mean endless protests, if it's not this today, it's, vegetarian rights or whatever, pick something, Birkenstock rights, I mean, whatever frickin' liberal cause you want, that's going to be tomorrow. And then if you don't get your way on that, I'm going to go take a sign, I'm going to protest that. I mean,
So here's the funny thing too.
We're more divided than we've ever been, because it's the left's inability to accept the will of the people. The people have spoken, and part of living in a democracy, in a representative republic, is yes, you have the right to protest, but you also have to accept the will of the election, and they just won't accept it. And I'm getting tired of it.
Well, here you go, Andrew.
Party.
Getting out just seems impossible.
I mean, that's how you protest. Is either dress up like a furry or in a inflatable.
I mean, as long as they're not burning things down and looting,
I'm fine with it.
I'm okay with it.
But it's just a different form of protesting than anything that I've sat and like protested like Senate bills. I've gone to the State House and I've stood in front of the State House holding a sign for the IAFF, the International Association of Firefighters. Never dressed up as a furry, never wore an inflatable. I just stood with my message, talked with people that were there. People didn't agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. But this affects me and this is how I feel. And boom, done.
Well, in contrast to these people, I spent all Saturday, my whole day Saturday, cleaning my house. So cleaning our house. So
that was
can you
that was
imagine?
a little Freudian slip there.
Can you imagine?
It's her house.
Can you imagine what these people's houses look like if they are out all day, every day, Monday through Friday, protesting ICE facilities or protesting No King's Days or whatever it is? Like, imagine how thickly crusted the like beanie weenies must be to the saucepan that's still on their stove from 7 days ago, and the thick layer of dust and cobwebs that must be accumulating on every single thing in their house.
First of all, I would venture a guess that most of these people, not that there's anything wrong with it, but most of these people probably don't actually own a house. They probably rent a dwelling, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not disparaging it, but one requires a little bit more. Hey, there's 513. Most of the most of the time owning a house requires a little more commitment than just renting. I'll say that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with renting. Sometimes that fits your lifestyle, for, whatever. But some people that I know like to build equity into a dwelling, but whatever. So
that's crazy talk, sir.
Remember, Jill, so you're equating your suburban housewife values and lifestyle with someone that is clearly much more educated than you could be, and is like, they're in touch with their feelings, and rather than being concerned with your bourgeois capitalistic acquisitions, they're more concerned about, the planet is their home. So if they're not fucking arguing today about no kings, tomorrow it's going to be fucking global warming. I mean, I don't know, but I'm just tired of it. I'm just sick of it. I feel like I'm at a store and there's a child that has a toy in one hand and his mother's saying no, and he's throwing just a shit fit on the floor. We've all seen that, right?
Mm-hmm. I've probably done it a time or two.
Raises my blood pressure.
Maybe within the last like 5 years, I've probably done
right.
it.
And you have, and whenever you experience that, you've seen two types of parents. One that's like, oh, Billy, stop that, Billy, or I'm going to get angry. Billy, you better stop that. 9 times out of 10, the parent that takes that attitude gives in and buys the kid the object of their tantrum, which perpetuates the action. We both know that. Stops it for a moment, but perpetuates it. Every once in a while, you'll have the strong parent that says, that either takes the child and begins to give it whatever form of discipline that they have. Delusion or douche, whatever negative mold. I think you're putting his things up there just to fucking irk me, but that's fine.
I actually, my eye's still fucked up, so I kind of got to put it up there just so I can see it.
So the funny thing is he calling me a douche?
I think so. I think he's probably calling all of us delusional douches.
Well, I mean, is it our show or is it his show?
Right. But I do love
a show.
But I do love when he tries to come in, because I try to understand what aspect he's coming at.
I
how
think
many
it's
people
a fact,
follow
though,
him?
if you look at the elite class, like if you look at the top 1% of elites in America, of wealthy American individuals, and you polled them, whether they were Democrat, Republican, or in the middle, I would venture a guess that the majority of them, you would have more liberals in that top 1% than you do either Republicans or certainly independents.
Well, he's not going to douche. Now you're going to be Captain Douche.
No,
I'm Queen Douche. That's Queen. Douche Lord to you.
Now, I have run into those I call them trust fund kids or trust fund families that to assuage the subconscious guilt they feel for not having to work for their wealth, they try to assuage it by making, they adopt liberal policies that we should give away, there should be taxation and give away as much and government spending to support people to try to assuage their guilt, as long as it's not their money they're giving away. I mean, nothing stops these people from selling all their worldly possessions and opening up a halfway house or supporting a charity of their choice if they want to, but they don't.
They can become peasants like the rest of us. They could give it all away, and
they could give it all away, and I would have the utmost respect for them. But what I usually find is they keep their shit, but they want you to give away your shit to make them feel better about being guilty that they won the sperm parade and they've inherited their wealth.
Won the sperm parade. Oh my God.
I mean, at the end of the day,
we need to get shirts made. We need to get shirts made when you get back and everything's settled. We need to get shirts made.
Parade.
Well, I mean,
one more and I'm out of here. Sperm parade.
I've just seen it time and time again. And you're like, look, if you're a man of principle or a woman of principle or a person of principle, how about that? And you really practice what you preach. You know what, you Mr. 5 generation that your granddad was a lumber baron and pillaged the land and acquired vast tracts of land that he's inherited, that he's passed down to generations. Not that I bemoan you for doing that. Not that I envy you. I mean, it just is what it is. But now, how dare you sit there and tell me that I'm bad because I want to acquire and maintain my own wealth? Oh, no, we can't. You can't have someone like me at your country club. No. We have to. You got to pass the Grey Poupon amongst yourselves. So you
not here at Bushwood, sir.
Right. Bushwood.
There's no gambling at Bushwood.
Look, it just infuriates me. But I'm really getting to the point. I was thinking about it today. A lot of time to think, but I'm like, I'm seeing this. You guys are on social. I mean, maybe it's my algorithm that I'm being deluged with it, because I do have fun when I see like any news organization from anywhere, but especially Cincinnati posting, 5 flea bags show up at the No Kings Per Day parade that we've been promoting for a week. I go on there and I leave a photo comment. It's usually Trump wearing a crown.
Right.
It's usually the footwear of the No Kings parade, which is actually clown shoes,
or
any number. And I just leave it and I giggle and I walk away. I don't know the purpose of this. Let me ask you this: what is the purpose of the No King? What is the goal of the No Kings parade? What is the goal?
So here's, and I have this same question, but like my stupid fireman brain. Everyone,
fireman.
Yeah, stupid fireman.
Everyone, there it is again. I just pull up my WLWT. No Kings Day. No Kings. Give me.
And the fact that it gets covered as much as it does, I mean, cool.
Well, they've got helicopters.
Cool. Throw a reporter down there and say, "Hey, all right, why are you here? Because there's a big gathering." Got it. But the fact that they think that Trump is a dictator and he's a king, and we just don't like Donald Trump. We don't like Orange Man.
Okay, so
I mean, those are the things, but it's an ignorant mindset. Just because you don't like the guy that's in office,
right? You
could have handled that at the voting booth.
No, absolutely,
and you did not.
No, but it's not only that. It's more than, yes, that's right. But it's more than that. It is. I didn't get my way.
Yes.
So I'm going to throw. So my thing is the goal then of the No Kings parade that Donald Trump step down? Probably not going to happen. Be removed? Under what grounds? I don't understand. There is no goal. This is just a, the other one I like. Jason, did I share with you? I'm sorry, I've been a little bit busy.
I get it.
There is I'm going to text it to you right now and you can figure out what you want to do with it. But it's a virtual representation of a circle jerk. And that's pretty much what we're seeing on the national scale right now. We are seeing the No Kings Day could be definitely rebranded as the National Circle Jerk Day, because that's pretty much what's going on. You are having these people gather themselves. You got it? You like that?
I got it.
So I mean, this is what, and you know what? You really get a response when you post that on their page. They really love it. I mean, they really go crazy.
Let me email that.
I mean, I do think it's just a, maybe it's like a mental health kind of cathartic sort of expression for them to all get together. Everyone who
wait, this isn't the first one, Jill. This is not the first one. This is now 2 or 3 or 4. I'm losing track.
Yeah.
So my question is, if it was a mental health exercise, is it ongoing? So it's never going to end? Well, never.
I think they just like getting together. I think they just like getting together and partying and bitching about how much they hate Donald Trump. It's like a big street festival.
That's why I call it. It's a big circle jerk. It accomplishes nothing. It makes them feel good, which I guess circle jerks can do. I've never participated. Maybe 513 can chime in here because he seems to be the type of person that goes to a circle jerk. But I mean, at the end of the day, I just don't know what the goal is. And if anyone could ever try to do a legitimate, there it is, the No Kings Day. All Democrats just holding each other's,
just touching hands, reaching out,
touching warm,
touching me, touching you.
See, that didn't take long. Once you tell me how it's coming, how I'm getting it, then I'll get it into the function.
No one's quicker than you. Isn't that right, Jim?
The
Just
no
took me a
king
second.
thing, it's mildly amusing. It doesn't really bother me that much because it just clears out the traffic in the part of town that I'm actually trying to get around in and get my errands done. And it makes traffic in downtown, which I don't want to go for any reason right now.
Well, downtown is safe. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. I think the guy that got shot sitting in his car outside the In-Between Tavern the other night would
Care to
beg
beg
to
to differ?
Yeah,
Well,
I was going to say you were gone for that. I'm sure
No,
you saw it.
I saw it. Let me ask you this: I did see that. Maybe you guys, since I know that you're big connoisseurs of the arts, going down to the Aeronaut. I saw that they are offering. I believe the Aeronaut is now offering half price tickets for certain performances because they've had a big drop off in people wanting to go downtown. I read another article where Ruby's, and the reason Brittany Ruby came out with a statement, I think one night last week.
It was like a 3-page statement.
Right. But they had 50 people canceled their reservations in one night. And I don't know if you've ever tried to get into Ruby's downtown. It's a very difficult reservation to get, and it's not usually canceled. So as I've said before, until the powers that be downtown get serious and start supporting the candidates that will turn this ship around, it's not going to change. I mean, if Aftab Purval is reelected mayor of Cincinnati, it's not going to change. If these liberal judges get either elected or reelected, it's definitely not going to change. And
I was literally just talking with Dan Carroll's son this afternoon, and he was talking about somebody wanting to recite, coming up to him wanting to recite, which I think we hit it on the other podcast, but he was like, I had another one, but he's been on a couple big cases. There, was a big robbery in Corryville, Ohio. The Ohio State Patrol helicopter, ironically, was very, very close, which is weird because AFTAB actually accepted a little bit of help.
2 days.
It was one of the
2 days, 2 days a week, and it just so happened to hit. And that's what I was.
A month. You're right. 2 days
or
a
month.
month. I'm sorry, Joe.
And it just so happened to hit because that's what I was explaining to Hassler was. I follow Flight Radar 24, and somebody else had posted, and they're like, "Why is an OSP helicopter flying over Corryville?" And it was like just multiple circles. He told me the date, and I was like, because OSP was in town, so I think they put their ship at Butler County, and then flew it in. So they were circling, but he was like, "Dude, as soon as I called it in, like they were here like in like 2 seconds." Now, obviously, that time frame. 2 seconds to 10 minutes is different, but he was like, dude, it was awesome. And he's a new cop. That guy, they ended up catching the guy, released the next day. I can't remember if he said 3 or 4 felonies released.
Well, I mean, like I said, here's the deal. It's not going to change. If you want to, I mean, it's very simple. The election, I posted a great, I wouldn't say it's great because I did it, but it seems to be poignant. Is that? Well, I will say it's great because I did it. It was a picture of there's Big James McGee. There was a picture of the headline. I think it said, correct me if I'm wrong, Jill. It was 5 people shot within 12 hours or 8 hours or something like that downtown. Yep. It was just a couple of days ago. Right. So I just had that screenshot and I said, if you want this to continue, basically vote Democrat. I mean, and it's that simple. It boils down that simple. And someone will say, somebody of lesser intellectual capacity that goes by the moniker of 513 will say something along the lines of, it's not that simplistic. It's a much more complicated. No, sir. It's not. It's very, very simple. And I blame the mayor because the mayor hires a city manager, hires the police chief, dictates the policy of the city. really directs the whole agenda of this city. And your mayor, the current mayor, is not qualified to be a mayor other than he's a pretty face and he takes a nice photograph and he wears skinny girl jeans. And you think he's cute, you think he's hip, you want to keep him in office. Your party, your Democrat Party, is endorsing and running judicial candidates that are not qualified to be on the bench. And they do shit like Jason just described. Need I mention our favorite judge downtown?
Silverstein.
Judge Silverstein and her openly antagonistic relationship with the men in blue. Do I have to even bring that up? I mean, the mayor.
Well, it's not just Cincinnati.
No.
All major cities
Absolutely.
in America, and especially New York City, they have done crime studies and have figured out that is a very small portion of the population that is responsible for the vast majority of the crime.
No
I'm
question.
talking like, somewhere in the neighborhood of like 50 to 100 individuals in New York City are responsible for like an embarrassing percentage of the crime. So if you would lock up those 50 to 100 individuals, not that all crime would go away. I'm not that
but it would.
naive.
No, you're not that
but
naive.
it would dramatically decrease.
Well, it's not.
And
it
you would
definitely
get
won't hurt.
criminals off the streets and protect your citizenry from these violent repeat offenders.
It won't
We have
hurt.
200 open beds in the Hamilton
Correct.
County Justice Center right now.
Mhm.
So please explain to me why that guy who committed the robbery in Corryville was out the next
released.
day.
That's right.
He should be
Because-
still sleeping in the Hamilton County Justice Center right this second.
Because you have a liberal Democrat judge that has the mindset that the criminal is the victim of oppression by either the police or society or whatever the case might be.
Right.
And somehow is
criminal's
justified.
playing you for a fool. The criminal has got this all figured out. They are working the system and they are playing you like a fucking fiddle that you are. That's what's happening.
No question. So I'd like to ask, what happens when a business like, Ruby's decides, and they did decide, they close their...
For anybody that's not from Cincinnati, Jeff Ruby's is a very, very high-end steakhouse. He's got multiple restaurants in multiple cities, but very, very high-end here in Cincinnati.
It is an upscale eatery, a steakhouse with not only... it is the place when you bring in clients from out of town, the first, or especially overseas in Germany, where they love to eat steak but can't get anything but pork in their home country. They come here and they want beef. Mm-hmm. You 9 times out of 10 you take them to Ruby's because they make a good steak for sure. Not that there aren't others, but he has a huge investment downtown. The Ruby's location is opulent. He also has, I think it's called, what is the place for gatherings and rentals?
It was an event center like Lumpika or something.
Lumpika, something like that. Forgive me on the name.
Lamech or something like that. Yeah, it was like
anyway,
Lamech.
So they I believe they closed that place and they're moving their corporate offices out of downtown because they don't feel safe. And I know that part of that, might be attributed to a tenant landlord, but you know what? If it was, and there may be some truth to that, but if it was so desirable and if it was safe and if it was the hip place to be, they would definitely do everything they could to stay and definitely keep the places that they've invested millions of dollars in open. So it's very simple. It's just simple. We make it more complicated because the left wants to go down the rabbit hole. It is equally as simple to solve crime, to get a handle on crime, to make these communities safe as it was when we said, you know what? We don't need to go down south of the border and look for the root causes of illegal immigration that Kamala Harris went down to several South American countries on her when she was the border czar. All we needed was a different president to enforce the law, the current law, and have the anti-illegal immigration policy. What are our border crossings down to today? Historic lows. That didn't take a new law, didn't take a revamp of the immigration policy. It took a president that was committed to enforcing the law. If we had a mayor that had that same mindset, need I remind you, he just, through the city administrator, re-upped the contract for Iris the virus. At how much is she getting paid, Jason? Like $300,000, $500,000 for 3 years?
I think it's close to 500 if I read correctly. But
it's a 3-year contract for $500,000. She turns around, she puts her schlep son.
Contract.
Be a schlep. Contract. He gets 120 grand for, I don't know, carrying her spit bucket. I'm not sure. The piss bucket. I don't know what he does.
It's a shit bag.
But I mean, the shit bag. But I mean,
I
at the
hope
end
so.
of the
I
day,
got some of that. I got some
and
of
their
that
invoices and all.
Nothing will. Let me, Jill.
investigate
You
all
can
of
look into it all day long. Nothing will happen because the mayor facilitates this, and people such as 513 and liberals on the left will try to get into the weeds and say, well, you know, it's more complicated than that. Well, my retort is, was the border more complicated than that? Because you said it was. And all it took was a president committed to law and order,
and guess
enforcing immigration law.
Numbers.
Guess what the border crossings are today? Damn near zero. Damn near zero.
And here locally, like with the Cincinnati stuff, you've got a mayor who is now putting the police chief as a scapegoat.
Correct.
To where now she's obtained an employment attorney.
Good.
Because she's been asked to resign or get terminated. Not that hasn't been documented. I've seen it one way and I've seen it another. But I've definitely seen in multiple different news outlets that she's obtained legal counsel because she's not going down without a fight. Now
she should not.
I saw one of your posts where you said a lot of the rank and file like her. I've heard differently, but I don't work for her, so I don't care.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. The post was, I said that she comes from, that she is not, quote unquote, a DEI hire, which has been levied. So on my side of the aisle, some people said she was a DEI hire. She comes from a police family, a police background. I said that she has worked her way through the police department. I acknowledge, I said, there's some rank and file that don't like her. And then I said, but I mean, in any company, you're going to have people that don't like the boss, right? That's normal.
But here's the thing, like in her position, especially, we're not a huge city, but we're a big city. All you are is a figurehead. You're not a cop at that point. You're a politician in your own right. You're just, you didn't run for office. You got appointed to your office. And he is putting her out there on Front Street. And it's amazing to me how there is so much lack of accountability on his end and his office, to where it's very easy to just push it. We're going to push it to police chief. It's crime. We're going to push it on her and her command staff. And I don't work for Cincinnati, so I don't know the ins and outs of what the day to day is. I mean, I know some people like her, some people don't. And like you said, you're not going to like your boss all the time, so I get it. But the fact that she hired an employment attorney, I was like, she knows she's getting fucking railroaded here.
Here's the deal. Let me say this about the police chief. I don't know her from Adam. I could pass her on the street, probably not recognize her. But I will tell you this. I hope she does not go down without a fight. I agree. I hope she lawyers up, and I hope she documents and says, we were directed to do this. We were directed by the mayor to do that. And this is why we have the problems we do. She would do such a service for the city. And this, let's be fair.
And all the police officers.
But let us be fair. Jill mentioned it. It is not Cincinnati centric. This is happening all over the United States, where we have decided that we are going to reimagine crime. We are going to reimagine policing. We are going to defund the police.
What about Chicago with all the ICE stuff? And then the Chicago commissioner said, "Oh no, we said we were going to do this." And then the guy right below him, or two ranks below him, was like, "Well, no, we weren't told to do that, and we weren't going to support ICE because we were told to stay over here."
So
Bullshit.
I wish the people, and you know, I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but I'm going to for a second. I hope the people
No, it's all
that are, well, but I hope the people understand when you make things complicated, there's problems. If you keep things easy, you can solve even big problems. And let us focus on keeping this easy. Do I think Corey Bowman has a chance to win? It is an uphill Herculean battle because of the power of incumbency, because of mostly the demographics of the city of Cincinnati. But would it send such a message to the country if Cincinnati chose a different path and said, we are tired of these slick politicians? I mean, there was an event the other day that I saw reported. Aftab showed up for less than 5 minutes for his photo op, and it was a charity event.
Oh, that was the boxing, like the homeless food
Like,
boxing.
yeah,
Correct.
packing food
Didn't do shit. Shows up, takes a picture, and leaves. And nothing, as a former politician, a recovering politician, nothing infuriates me more, and nothing does more damage to a charity that's over there. You have, let's say you have hundreds of people volunteering, and some schlep walks in a suit, skinny jeans, little queer Italian imported shoes that he has socks tucked in the end to make his feet look bigger, and takes a photograph and then walks out. You can
We
judge.
call
You
those
can take.
anklet socks. Those are anklet socks, Pappas.
Well, but I mean, I have size 12 feet, so I don't know what his feet are, and I'm not making any assumptions on any other things, but I've seen his hands too. They're fairly small.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Just throwing that out there.
But I mean, look,
They're very soft as well.
well, look, I have a problem. I have a problem because we are the country. I mean, do you guys agree? Not only as a city, we're at a tipping point. We're at a tipping point here. We are trying to hold on to making. Do you know how many billions of dollars have been poured into downtown Cincinnati? Federal, state, local dollars have been poured into over the Rhine, downtown Cincinnati, trying to maintain a corporate core. I mean, an urban core. We are at a very big tipping point. I've been to cities where I've seen urban decay. I've been to Detroit, and not recently. I'm talking when Detroit was in the urban decay. It's actually trying to revamp itself. Everyone left. I've been to these cities, and it is not pretty. And Cincinnati is quickly getting to the point
we're at that point where it's like getting ready to just start. We're at the apex, getting ready to start diving.
We're at the event horizon, and you know what? It's getting close. And I think in this country, we're getting close to the event horizon where people are going to get tired of this non-stop social temper tantrum that's being, every week. No kings, no Hitlers, no Nazis. Well, then if I disagree with you, does that make me a Nazi? If I support Donald Trump, am I a Nazi? I mean,
according to some,
yes. Say yes.
Okay, well, let me let you in on a little secret.
I'm not.
I don't take kindly to be called a Nazi. I mean, yes, names, sticks and stones, names, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? At some point, I'm going to get pissed off. And if I don't have to live with you, I will choose not to. And whether that means that I will move to a part of the country that doesn't have as many people like you, where you're an utter minority, or I might just move off by myself. And people are like, oh, go ahead and move. That's great. But need I remind you, Atlas shrugs. When enough of the people that create wealth and create the jobs in this country actually leave, who's going to be left to create the jobs? Who's going to be left to pay the taxes? Who's going to be left to drive the economy? Do you think everybody can work for the government and be on welfare? I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way.
Which is the main fallacy in that the Democratic Socialist
Utopia.
candidate for New York City's
Mondami.
mayor. Yeah,
Mondami. Yeah, and that's his. But they've passed the threshold. They've passed the event horizon. They clawed their way back during Giuliani's tenure, but they've been sliding. Then they that doofus, what's his face, that's actually running still. I don't know if he's in there, Cuomo.
Cuomo.
At
We
the
got-
end of the day,
He's-
Cuomo and Sliwa.
yeah. Well, Sliwa's a Republican, and Sliwa's.
I'm just
run
saying
several
those two need to
times.
figure some shit out, because if
Yeah,
if
but
you
you're
wanna
talking
beat-
oil and water. They have absolutely nothing in common. And
I agree.
if you think that Cuomo will step out of the race, his leanings are to the left. They're not Mandamis, but they're pretty close. So they're not too far off. I mean, a Mandami takes it to a ridiculous level. But I think I saw yesterday, might have been today, there's a new figure out, to live comfortably in New York City. And I don't know if that's proper or if it's just the area. You need an income of $185,000. I can guarantee you that many of the people, and that's living just, baseline, right? It's not upper whatever. That's just a baseline deal. I can guarantee you there's a whole lot of people in New York City that do not make $185,000 a year. Whole lot. So when you appeal to that giant swath of voters that feel left out, and you promise them everything under the sun, you get their votes, right? So that's why it's might be a fait accompli that Mandami does get elected. I did see a report that he violated campaign election law by accepting donations from foreigners, and if that comes to pass, and he is convicted of a felony before the election, which probably won't happen, but if
Right,
he's
'cause
convicted after the
everything
election,
moves so goddamn slow.
right, but if he's convicted after the election of violating campaign law, which would be a felony, he could be removed theoretically from office. But
Well, here's the difference with that is with the
what are you doing, Mom?
as we're talking about how slow things run. How fast did the Democrats want Donald Trump's convictions to be pushed?
Oh
So
yeah,
it's-
when they wanted Donald
Yes.
Trump, it was let's fast track it. And now that we might have something, or might be some violation of Mandami because they're Democrats. I mean, even the governor has endorsed Mandami because he has taken the moniker of a Democrat, and she feels like that's going to help her power base. But whatever. I mean, you live there, have at it. You elect the guy. Enjoy the results. I really don't have to visit there, and it won't cost me, 2 seconds of loss of sleep. I really would care less if I could go to New York again or not. I mean, it's a great place to visit. I wouldn't live there. And
But-
you know what? I'm not going to visit if that fool's in power, because I can only imagine what the urban core is going to be like.
Right. And I'm sure you watched a press conference with when Kash Patel was in the Oval Office and going through all the stats of what happened over the last 4 years versus the last 7 months, and how many illegals were detained, arrested, and at least kept to go to prosecution, how many weapons were seized versus the last 4 years.
Oh yeah.
And it's absolutely amazing. So and the only reason I bring that up is the fact that Cincy 513 brought up stats earlier.
Well, he's a statistician. I mean, he lives stats. He's a working stat.
But over
He's
the
a
course
walking
of 7
statistician.
months, 27,000 versus it was 27,000, not even 20, or maybe right at 27,000 over 4 years when Biden was in office.
Yeah.
So you brought up the border, and we're talking stats. It's like, you know what? I will take this president, this quote unquote king, loose air quotes. I'll take it all fucking day long.
Well, no
Because
question.
he said what he was going to do, and he's doing it.
Well, if 513 is still around, I don't know that maybe he's cutting his grass again. But if he's still on, I'd like him to tell me what the goal of the No Kings protest. Succinctly, try not to be wordy. Just make me 1 or 2 sentences. What is the goal of the No Kings protest? Because I legitimately don't know. If it's to overturn the election, you can say that. I think it's foolish. It's not going to happen. But I'd like you to be as honest, which might be a problem. I'd like it to be as honest as you can and try to explain to those of us that don't understand it what the goal of these national Soros funded, left-wing funded, look at the sponsors, Communist Party sponsored protests are in a legitimate way, and say that is a noble goal. And I would like to see him make an attempt to do that. I would say respect, but that would be a lie. I would begin to have, no, I'm sorry, I don't respect his opinion, so I can't lie there. So I mean, it might help me though, so that's okay.
Give me your opinion on the Zelensky and Trump conversation yesterday, and then him asking for the Tomahawks and Trump saying, "Yeah, we're going to hold off. I'm going to talk to Putin first." I mean, what are your thoughts there?
I was talking to somebody that's involved, and I don't want to say too much, but I was actually talking to somebody that was involved in the defense industry, and I was asking them, what is your impression about the Russia-Ukraine war? And he said, it has proven to be such a testing ground. And I know that sounds morbid, right? But the face of warfare has changed so much. And you and I have spoken about it, that, the price of drones has dropped so far and so low that countries are willing now to sacrifice, or they think they're successful. If they spend one drone to kill one soldier. Okay. So every device here is bleeping at the same time.
You're fine. You're fine.
It's all right. But my question is, you asked me a question. I think that what happened was, he said, let me have the Tomahawks. Trump's like, nah, I don't think so. That's stepping it up too much, because there is just such a visceral hatred. And he said that that there is such a visceral hatred and distrust between Putin and now Zelensky. And why I bring the drones into it, the face of warfare has changed so much that, you could go buy, for example, Jason, you do drones. You could go buy a semi-truck full of, you must be reading comments. Should I post that? Oh, you fat fuck. Oh my God. Go Secretary, you're a nobody. Wait a second. Am I a nobody?
I'm
Jason,
trying.
am I a nobody?
No, you're not a nobody.
I mean, I don't really care what he thinks, because when a nobody calls you a nobody, does that mean you're a double nobody? I'm not sure.
It's getting very
close
close to where you might not ever see Cincy 513 again.
Well, no.
If he says shit like that.
Let's examine his statement here, because I did ask for his opinion, so I'd like to dissect it. So forgive me.
Go ahead and dissect this, please.
Okay, so another No Kings protest, okay? And I said, what was the goal? So his says that the goal is to express dissent about what the Trump administration is doing. Fine, fantastic. Now that's a period. His opinion here, this is where we go from goal to opinion. And I'm going to do this so next time he tries to be smart, he might speak smarter, because I'm a nobody. Weakening our Constitution and position in the world. Okay, that's his opinion. I don't agree with it. I think he's wrong, especially on the second part. I don't think he's weakened the Constitution at all. But the second part, the position in the world, I think America has been more respected. And more importantly, you cannot tell me, Jason, what happened last week?
That's a fucking ignorant statement.
Wait. Let me ask you a question. What happened last week? Forgive me. I just don't know. I don't remember. There was an event.
He brought peace to the Middle East and was applauded
by everybody
vigorously by both the Israeli population and delegates, and then those from the Arab Middle Eastern countries.
Okay, so that would that have happened if we were weaker in the world, our position, or stronger in the world? Because I'm a nobody. I don't know. I'm not a I'm not a deep thinker like 513 that puts cabinets together. So what I'm wondering is that you do that from a position of strength or weakness? I'll let him answer that question. As far as fuck you, Pappas, you fat fuck. Okay.
I see Pappas at the gym on the
No.
regular.
No,
So
well, it's okay. It's
I will say
okay.
that.
And as far as sucking dick, let's be fair. Most of the time, the people that are sucking the dick are wearing Democrat shirts. So let's be fair. Okay. I just want to say that I would venture to say that if you polled the homosexual population or the dick sucking population, you would probably find more registered Democrats by a long shot than Republicans. So
They would be pulling the same blue notes that you pull.
That's right. And as far as I'm a nobody, does that mean that I was a somebody and now I'm a nobody? I'm confused. Or was I never a somebody and now I'm just a nobody? Or I was a nobody before and now I'm more of a nobody? Because I don't know. Help me out here, 513. Because last I checked, nobody knows you. You don't go under your name because whatever, and you don't want people. Jason knows who you are. I still don't know who you are, nor do I care because you, sir, are irrelevant. You are navel lint. You are nothing. And I value your opinion about as much as I would nothing. So it's okay. If you want to go on the personal attacks, have at it, because I would have to respect your opinion to give a fuck about your opinion, and I don't respect it.
Well, and
Because
it kind of falls in with the
now I am going to take
a lot of the protests where you have law enforcement officers and then you have
I'm going to take a bite of a chocolate covered pretzel because I'm a fat.
Oh, I'm jealous. Actually, I'm a fat fuck. I'm jealous.
Got toffee on top. It's so good.
But you have these liberal Democrats that are spitting in the faces of law enforcement officers that are going to go do their jobs, and then when they get the brakes beat off of them, everyone else wants to fucking freak out.
Well, let me ask you a question, and I'll throw this out to both of you. So his first part was to express dissent about Donald Trump, blah 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 blah. Okay, how often do we? Is this going to be a monthly affair? So every month you're going to go out and express dissent about the Trump administration. Okay, what's that going to accomplish? Again, can we put the picture up of what I think it's going to accomplish?
It's not going to accomplish anything, but I don't, if you want to get out there once a month and have your party in your inflatable frog suits and dance around and feel good.
And you're fucking your furry bullshit.
I do not care.
Bring
your own litter box. If you're gonna go on streets, bring your own litter box.
That's true.
So if you're gonna, if you're gonna sit there,
gentlemen,
if you're gonna sit there and tell me that, to express dissent, fantastic. How often do we express dissent about what's going on, and to the point where we're finding what's the fucking point? Go cry again. So have at it, do it. My barbecue just showed up, so I'm happy. You're
I dissented about pretty much everything.
I would venture a guess. I got to dissect this one. You think you're a political expert? Well, I kind of am. You're a low-level politician, no question. I was, but to be a low-level politician means you're a politician. Correct. By your own definition. What level were you? What level? Let me ask you this. What level were you?
And you have actually been in a room with some pretty high-level politicians.
No question.
Some of which have come on this podcast.
Some of which have come on this podcast, actually.
No. I'm going to cut this short. I've got family here. I got to take care of some stuff. So you guys finish up the show, and I will catch you on the next one. All right?
Sending you all our love, Pappas.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Tell the family we love them. We'll see.
And tell 513 his political expert is leaving. And I acknowledge he can call me El Supremo from now on. But I would love for him or people like him. If you're a big talker, then put your name on the ballot for any position and run for office before you start tossing stones at people that stepped up to the line and served. I'd rather you. I remember, Jason, you'll like this. 513. I'd rather you just thank me for my service, because me being in office protected the rights for you to be the asshole that you are. So I'd rather you just say thank you and move on your way than question the methods in which I did it. And I'm paraphrasing from A Few Good Men, but you know the scene.
Yes. You needed me on that wall.
You want me on that wall. You need me
You
on that
can't
wall.
handle the truth.
You cannot handle the truth. All right, I'm out. I got to see you
All right.
guys.
Tell the family we said hey.
Appreciate it.
All right, brother.
Bye, Andrew.
Bye. Bye.
Here you go. We removed him. Now it's just you and
Bye,
I.
El Supremo.
Now it's just you and I in wedded bliss.
Oh man.
You guys are going to get to see the first marital fight, maybe.
No.
That we
No way.
we're getting close to time anyway. But no, it's I mean, I understand like since he's got his opinion and that's fine and like Papa said, we know him and that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if they were to be in the same room at the same time and have an actual conversation,
Oh, I would love to see an actual like live debate between those.
but
two.
an actual conversation or a debate. But and I would like to get that to happen, but I know one side will not probably do it.
I know that since he is
Are
not
you yelling at the
particular, he just barked.
Oh shit! Now this is where the marital fight starts.
I know, since he's not particularly popular in or beloved in the chats, but
Nope.
he's a good guy. We disagree on some things politically, and he and I agree on some things. But he's not a bad person. He's a good dude. I enjoy talking to him. I enjoy seeing him when we run out to him or run out. Oh my God, run into him when
Jesus
we're out.
Christ,
I know. I'm not even. This is like
What the fuck is
that's
that?
a wine spritzer.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, that's the first thing I've had
It's
all
not
day.
even a Cutwater.
Am I having a stroke? Which way is my tongue going?
Here, I'll tell you. Oh, different show. Different show.
Yeah, that's for counseling, couples counseling with the Keefs. That's for later.
Counseling.
At any rate, what do you think is going to happen in the UC game later?
I think UC wins. Super excited for it. We're gonna bring something back local, but I think everybody will like this.
All right, let's do it.
I don't have a teacher. This week.
Okay, who is this? Who's this?
This salute. Cincinnati, Ohio OnlyFans star arrested for filming in fast food drive-through.
That's disgusting.
This was lovely. I loved it when I saw it. Police in Cincinnati arrested 30-year-old Lana Brooke after she allegedly filmed explicit videos while going through a Chick-fil-A drive-through during the lunch rush. Not even like evening time, lunch rush. According to the witnesses, Brooke removed her shirt while waiting for her order, recording herself, in quotes, flashing for fries, end quotes, while narrating to her followers. When an employee handed her the bag, she allegedly told him, "Extra sauce for your trouble, baby."
Good Lord.
The employee immediately reported to management, who called police. When officers arrived, Brooke was still parked in the lot filming an outro clip. She told him
What an idiot.
She told him she was making fun of the whole family-friendly thing. She was arrested for public indecency and lewd conduct and later posted a video saying, "Guess I'm banned from Chick-fil-A, but at least the views are delicious."
There's nothing sexier than some Chick-fil-A sauce. Am I right?
I agree.
That's so gross.
I completely
Because those
agree.
those are teenagers too. So it's typically teenagers working that like drive-through line. So you're just going around flashing your bits and giggles to like 16-year-old boys.
I want to know which Chick-fil-A this fucking was.
Gross.
Because if it was fucking Anderson, I want to know where she lives.
Well, look her up.
Well, I don't have
Google her.
OnlyFans, so I can't.
Well, I didn't say look her up on OnlyFans.
I'll get an OnlyFans account. I'll find out. I will dig into this.
I'm sure you.
I will dig into
You'll
this
get
story.
to the bottom of it.
I will get to the bottom.
And to the bottom of some other things.
But no, when I saw it was Cincinnati, I was like, oh shit, that's better than a teacher.
I mean, she's not a bad looking girl. She probably does all right on OnlyFans, but she should keep it,
You done fucked up, eh?
keep confined to the bedroom or to your home.
Well,
and
it was
the
definitely not a
Chick-fil-A
Sunday.
drive-thru.
It was definitely not a Sunday.
Definitely not Sunday.
Because that's the only time I crave Chick-fil-A is on a goddamn Sunday.
I mean, I guess she had to do it during the lunch rush because it'd be too dark at night. She doesn't, she's worried about lighting.
Just gotta show them
She's got to
titties.
get good lighting for her shot.
We're gonna end. I don't know when our next show is gonna be because Dan's fucking.
Oh my god, this is disgusting.
Dan's AWOL and fucking Pappas obviously is dealing with some family stuff. But we're gonna finish this off with I mean, what better way to finish a Saturday
This
night?
is so gross.
It's gonna get played.
I'm like terrified of your algorithm. I don't want any part of the shit that comes across your feed.
Don't worry about it. I promise you, I don't have an
So
OnlyFans
gross.
though. I promise you. It's fantastic.
Oh my god! Dodging people. Oh my god! Oh, what the? It's on my face. Oh my
Then
god!
we-
Oh my god! Dodging people.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Oh, what the? It's on my face.
Like, what would you even do? How do you even begin to recover from something like that?
What you didn't know is that horse's name is Johnny 2 times.
Oh my god. That is so gross. Imagine you're
That's
just
why
like,
that we
they're
let's go on a
probably
carriage ride.
influencers.
Let's
They're
go
like,
on a carriage ride.
let's get in our matching our camel pea coats and let's go on a quaint little carriage ride.
Let's go on
New
a
York
carriage
City.
ride. That sounds like
Through
a
Central
lovely
Park.
time. I'm like, no, that sounds terrible, Jill, because that's
That-
exactly what fucking
that
happens.
is so gross.
That would happen to me.
Yeah. Usually they have usually I thought they do have like the shit bags that are like,
Yeah, but
you know,
that was
kinda right-
explosive.
That
Like,
one was coming with
Norway
some
they
force.
come out in clumps like
that
softballs.
had some gusto to it. That
enough to make her face go.
oh my god. How long do you think it took to get that smell out of her hair?
Oh, I have no idea. And Brett goes, Jill, he listens to Drinking Bros every day,
Yes.
every
he
day,
does.
like clockwork. I'm not sure when we're coming back with one more. It'll probably be, let's see, what's today? Saturday, probably at least Tuesday. I don't know what Dano's schedule is, and Dano doesn't know what Dano's schedule
Hopefully
is.
Dano will be done building the deck by Tuesday.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's debatable.
it
we'll see.
is. It's definitely.
If he's not done with the deck, he might be busy hanging more doors for 8 hours.
Oh, it's a fucking thing. It's always a thing. But here,
We're
real
back.
quick, take a listen to our sponsor real quick before we get out of here.
Kevin,
Hi, everyone. Dan Carroll here. Time to tell you about a great new sponsor for the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. It's Murphy Engraving. Murphy Engraving is the place to go for your business, industrial, and personal engraving needs. Take a look at the Murphy Engraving page on Facebook, and you're going to see all kinds of unique items that really seem to take on a life of their own because they've been customized with an image, a name, or a logo, and all of it just really beautifully done. The acrylic sports awards that light up are especially creative and very cool. The customized bottles of bourbon, those are my personal favorite. And wait till you see what they can do with items that are made out of wood. The next time you want to recognize someone special or you're looking for that one-of-a-kind gift, you'll be glad you checked out Murphy Engraving. And a bonus, you're supporting a local family-owned business run by brothers Brian and Kevin, who is a lifetime firefighter and Air Force vet. At Murphy Engraving, they turn the ordinary into the extraordinary, and at Murphy Engraving, we are American-made.
Pappas is going to say that he did a great job on that, and I will actually,
Pappas says he does a great job on everything.
I will actually agree. He did a great job on the graphics, and Dan Carroll's voice is the songbird of our generation.
So sultry.
So having the most beautiful co-host that I've ever had.
Aw. Thanks,
What are
honey.
your closing comments?
Well, this is my thank you for having me, first of all.
Made me sad. She made me sad.
Whatever. I didn't even know I was coming on this show until like 2 hours ago when you called me. But thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here. And I will say, since this is my first time on the air with everybody, I wanted to thank everybody for their well wishes and all the love and comments that we've gotten on, the wedding and the pictures we've been sharing on Facebook and stuff. So, and especially to everybody who made the trip and actually, spent their hard-earned dollars to come in and celebrate with us. It really meant a lot. So thank you, everybody, for the love from both near and far. And yeah, we're how many days in, how many weeks in?
Oh, shit.
To this wedded
Am I already
bliss, like 3?
I'm already supposed to keep
We're about
count?
3. We're like 3 weeks in.
Oh man, feels like
Feels
years.
like
Feels
forever.
like 3 years.
We've actually been battling some illness. Your eye's been fucked up, and then
Look
everybody
like
got
fucking
sick.
Quasimodo.
Yeah, so it's been an eventful 3 weeks, but I feel like we're rounding the corner. We're getting well, but thank you to everyone for the love.
And for everyone that tunes in, make sure you tell a friend, telephone, telegraph, tell a
Let's get
fireman.
those subscribers up.
Yeah, let's get some
Share it.
subscribers. Download and probably be looking for Tuesday. Watch out on the Instagrams or the Facebooks.
Do you think we could get Pappas to agree to Greeks are pretty hairy fellows. Do you think we could get him to agree to like a waxing challenge, a la 40-year-old virgin if we hit 1,000 subscribers?
Let's let him get through his father's funeral, and then we'll ask him about it. But yeah, I'd love to wax that son of a bitch. He wears a sweater under a sweater. It's amazing. Probably Tuesday, but just pay attention to the socials, and I'll get with Dan and Pappas, and we'll figure out what the schedules are. But we appreciate you guys. We love you. Thank you so much for tuning in and commenting. And Falk, keep sending the stuff over. I love it. And Cinty, keep throwing your shade. I love it.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
See you guys.